Yo, I did that shit too early. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't. What up, Josh Gary? Hey, are you the chickenologist? I got followed by a chickenologist. I don't know if that was you. Ah, word. So, are you following me on both accounts? Yeah, you see me. I'm selfish. Appreciate it. Ian gave this to me for I don't know. I don't even remember what the occasion was, but he gave me this hat. I'm about to get started right now. I'm just texting a couple people, letting them know. Yeah, if you can know, please follow me on that account too, man. I'm trying to get big out here, bro. Trying to make shit happen. Get your coffees ready. I got my water. I got my coffee. Only thing I don't got is my smoke. And get ready for your daily Philly sports philosophy, vocabulary, motivational, social show. And I'm a fancy clown. Start off with some music, baby. Seems like you're the first person to be here. And I'm going to roll up. I want to hear champions today. Champs. Bam.
I will acknowledge the fact that my opponent does not expect me to win. I will never surrender. Weakness will not be in my heart. I will look to my comrades and to those who have brought me into this world, and I will draw strength from them. Who am I? I was born to win if you know me. I came out with a trophy. Fist the rings like I'm Kobe. Shoot again like I'm Kobe. Young boy, you can't hold me. Like loud smoke, you can't hold me. Unless I crowd surf, you can't hold me. I schooled you, so you owe me. Them kids don't get me worried. They get no check like they rollies. I shoot again like I'm Kobe. Now they want act like they know me, but I don't remember, must have slipped my mind. I was kinda busy, I was with my grind. What can I say, dog, it's just my time. Never let you make me miss my shine, cause I'm on that champion stuff. Me and Tony just be handling stuff. Boss up, we be managing stuff. So much content dropping like it's dangerous stuff. We on that champion stuff. Sight to behold, get your cameras and stuff. Come to the show, shake my hand, get a hug. If you need dubs, I'm the man, I'm the plug. I gotta get the win. I gotta get the check. I gotta get the ring. I gotta get the win. I gotta get the check. I gotta get the ring. I'm on that championship. I'm on that championship. I'm on that championship. I'm on that. I'm on that. I'm on that championship. I'm on that championship. I'm on that championship. I'm on that. I'm on that. Like Rocky, gotta keep it going, get the chicken. Mickey in my ear, yeah, he be tripping. All day he be calling me a bum. To the day I be up, yup, I be winning. But that win ain't for free, I'm determined to be all I can be. And then some, switch it up, get some backboard breaking, no aching, foul taking, and one. This is champ music. Gatorade need me, cause I got the juice. Yeezy need me, cause I got the boost. Red Bull need me, cause I got the wings. Sunny D need me, cause I got Jesus. I be dipping and dodging and falling and rising, grabbing and grooving like I'm hearing the music, sticking the shooter, block, dribble, rock, make them stop like what? Like he's sticking Medusa. I gotta get the win, I gotta get the check, I gotta get the ring, I gotta get the win, I gotta get the check, I gotta get the ring, I'm on that championship, I'm on that championship, I'm on that championship, I'm on that, I'm on that, I'm on that championship, I'm on that championship, I'm on that championship, I'm on that, I'm on that.
Yo, I hope you like that. That was me and Tone. That was 2019, I believe. Yeah, that was 2019, right before the pandemic. We was trying to make songs to get them into sports stuff. Basically, we was Jesus all day in the beginning, and then the next John, we tried to flip it, bring it back, and just make it all like sports related. Because, we notice basically it's a lot of like Christian based artists that be on these commercials for these basketball games and stuff like that. They play them at the games, you know. So that was our aim with the music. We was trying to make some sports music because they got light. They got time for Christians. Anyway, welcome to the show. Let me start off by showing y'all the setup. People have requested to see the setup. That's the microphone above my head. As you see, I get closer, it gets louder. I got a green screen behind me, as you can't see, but it's basically hanging from the ceiling. In front of me, that's the TV I'm playing on. That's my motherfucking ring light. Down there is the Xbox with the fucking the Elgato in it, which I heard that I don't really need. And this is a little cheap ass webcam that I got from Amazon for like $15. All right, that's the setup. So yeah, Josh Gary. The reason I keep asking you to follow me is because when I started this John, there was three goals that was really important. The first goal was to get 50 followers. I have not achieved that goal yet. The next goal was to have 5 people talking in your room in a single chat. I believe I've achieved that goal. And the next goal was to have 3 concurrent viewers, like an average of 3 people watching your streams at all times. And I've achieved that goal. So once I get to the 50 followers, then that'll allow me to reach affiliate on this site. And what that'll do is that'll basically allow me to receive advertising bread and get subscriptions and gifts and donations and stuff. And once that begins, once that part of the process can begin, then we basically are moving on to the next step of being able to monetize in some way. Because, obviously, that's the goal. That's part of the goal, especially. So, yeah, that's why I keep asking to follow, because it's very important for me to reach my goals. Anyway, I hope everybody's cool. I hope everybody got your water. Hope you got your coffee, your smokes. I'm gonna just start off. I'm gonna jump into this word of the day, man. So I didn't get as much time this morning to prepare as I did yesterday, but whatever. It's real life, baby. Real life in real time. Suggest the apps. See y'all. All right. I'm gonna go look for this definition for you. But while I look for it, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So the word of the day is not parsimonious. It's actually going to be austere. I say austere. I've heard people say austere. I don't actually know how it's pronounced correctly, but we about to see. There we go. What it say? Austere.
Austere.
Austere. Yeah, so I was right. Austere. Austere. Oh, so it's austere. Okay, it's an adjective. Severe or strict in manner, attitude, or appearance. Imagine a severe or strict appearance. Okay, so like a nun. Okay, I can see that. A strict attitude, like a nun. Okay, yeah, I can see that. So austere. We talking pretty much nunnery. Of living conditions or a way of life, having no comforts or luxuries, harsh or ascetic. I don't use this word at all. Ascetic. Conditions in the prison could hardly be more austere. Oh, okay. See, it's funny because I've used this word a lot, and I don't usually use it that way. I usually use it with a better connotation. Like I usually use it in like a more disciplined sense, or a sense of like I guess you could say, yeah, discipline. Discipline is the best way. What up, Cyrene? Yeah, I feel like you would have liked the song this morning that was playing. I kind of had you on mind when I chose it. But anyway, so yeah, austere. So I guess the definition that I had written down, which is actually slightly different than this definition here, it says severe or strict in manner. But the opposite that I got would be loosey goosey or relaxed. So anything that's just not completely relaxed, right? So I guess let me see if I can think of an example just off the top of my head. Other than a nun, police officers, military officials, even politicians. Speaking of which, Josh Gary, I don't know if you still here right now, but I wanted to go over Vivek's stances and shit. I don't like yesterday. The homies was actually responding to me and they was talking a lot in this joint. And I don't know if they was Vivek people, but I didn't get a chance to actually introduce it. But I know you a Vivek guy, so I might be doing that today. We'll see. We'll see how the energy comes. But anyway, I got a joke that I wanted to roll out. Um, what up? What up, Azor? What up, Azor? Yo, you just in time for the joke. So I wrote this joke. Well, I didn't write it, but I came up with it. There was this joke the other day, and we were talking about Well, I don't want to. I don't want to tell you what we was talking about, because then the punchline ain't gonna be as like surprising. All right, so here go the joke, and this is the second time that I'm telling this joke in my life. So don't be all fucking harsh on me, Chad, because I know you fucking funny as hell. I know you know how to tell a joke, but I know you also gonna be able to tell me how to make this joke better. All right, so the Queen of England was going on an expedition. I didn't change the game. It still says I'm playing Remnant from the Ashes. I'm gonna change the game. I'm sorry. I gotta change the game, yo. I can't leave it like that. Um, should I make it talk shows or should I make it Starfield? That's what I plan on playing. I will make it talk show. Okay, talk show. Sorry, bear with me, folks. I'm still new at this. If they pay me more, then I'll do better. I swear. I'm just kidding. All right. So, the Queen of England went on an expedition. You know what expedition is, right? It's a big ass Ford truck. No, it's like a safari around the world. So she went on an expedition, and she went to go see all the different wonders of the world that she could go and see. One of the first places she visited was Asia or China, and she noticed. Wait, I made a change, and I want to make sure I keep it in mind. Yeah, she noticed that there was such beautiful things, such beautiful stuff. She was like, "Oh man, look at these fabrics. Look at these tapestries. I have to have them. I must have them. I need to take them back with me." So she grabbed the tapestries, she grabbed the fabrics, she negotiated with the people, and she got her wish. So on the rest of her expedition, she went. So she then went to India, and she said, "Oh my God, the things they have, the spices, the silks. I must have them. I must take them back with me. I got to show my people." So she negotiated, she grabbed a couple, she took them back with her. So then she went to Africa. She saw the Africans, and she said, "Oh my God, I must have them. I must take them back with me." All right, that's it. That's the joke. Um, so basically, that joke is playing off of the idea that in most societies, in most cultures, most civilizations, people have things, things that they value or things that they bring value to and things that they contribute to the world. Uh, and I was thinking about that. I was thinking about like all of the different shit that people have contribute to the world from different cultures and stuff. But when you think about Africans, right? When you think about an African tribesman, like what has he contribute to the world, right? Like technology, you know what I mean? Culture, history. What has he contributed to the world? So I really started thinking about that, bro. And I was thinking, you know what? Motherfuckers went to Asia, China, Japan, and all of that, and they saw art. You know what I mean? They saw creations. They saw things, right? And they was like, "This is fucking amazing. This is beautiful." But when they went to Africa, they saw the people, and they was like, "Look at these motherfuckers right here. Look at that jawline. Look at that muscle. Look at the height. Look how fast these niggas is." So I want to take that as an opportunity to make a positive out of a negative and basically say like, "Yo, you are art." I mean, and even if I don't know if my Puerto Rican homies is in the room too, but you are art. They took y'all too. They stole y'all and put y'all on the islands and shit. So yeah, man, I just wanted to start off by telling that joke. Came up with that joke. I don't know if it's ha ha funny yet, but I'm gonna get it there. I'm gonna fucking get it there. You know, these things take development. So I was gonna talk about Burning Man. Yesterday I was talking about Burning Man and how they got like, you know, it sucks. It really sucks what's going on out there. And I think the American government is making it worse, I guess. And I really fully expected to come out here and have like no pity for that shit and basically be like, yeah, they was just out there doing drugs in the fucking desert and then, started raining. So niggas is sad now because they wanted it to be dry, right? But nah, it's not that funny. What it is they had a monsoon, which obviously nobody expected and was prepared for. But then after they had a monsoon, they had a Ebola breakout, right? And then after they had the Ebola breakout, the government swooped in and quarantined them and was like, nah, now y'all niggas can't leave. So it sucks. And at least one person dead over it. And 70,000 people are stuck over there. 70,000 is a lot of motherfuckers. That's like two whole full stadiums and shit. I know what that looked like. Cause, our stadiums in our city in Philly, all of them, it's like on the same block across the street from one another. So when it's two games in one day, like for instance, when there's like a basketball game going on while there's a football game going on, that shit is thick to say the least. And we got the infrastructure to support it. So imagine that shit in the middle of the goddamn desert. Chris Rock and Diplomats escaped. Well, I wouldn't say they escaped. I think they were allowed to go. You know what I mean? I think they probably had the resources to negotiate and be like, look, man, just give me a motherfucking test. I'll show you. I ain't got no Ebola. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I got a private jet on the way here to me, for me. You know what I mean? So I think it was more of a matter of means for them, or even like recognition, because they could negotiate shit like that when you got a face that niggas recognize. But yeah, I went on YouTube yesterday and I played this video of motherfuckers and I might as well put it on shit. Did I do it in the app? I think I did it in the YouTube app. So like I said, I played this video and I fully expected to be on there like kind of like look at these crazy motherfuckers in the desert being crazy motherfuckers. But it wasn't like that, yo. I watched the video and I mean, of course the video didn't show everything that could possibly be going on. History. Let's check my history real quick. All right. Mute this shit just cuz I don't want to get hit for copyrights and shit. I got a clean record on that stuff so far. And when I first started my streams, they silenced my music, bro. Like when I would play my song, they would put that shit on silent for the whole video. Like they would silent the whole video. Oh shit, is this the? Nah, this ain't the one I wanted to play. 4 minutes inside the madness at Burning Man. Oh yeah, this is 2018. So that wasn't even a monsoon. That was just a regular day out the bitch. But I was watching this video and shit, and I was just like expecting not to see things that like humanize these folks. But yeah, man, I was watching the video. I'm like, yo, these folks just look like they want to have fun. Look at them. I mean, it's a lot of drugs and shit, and there's probably some things going on there that I don't support. But I mean, that's the whole world, ain't it? There's things going on next door that I don't support. Across the street. But this shit right here, if you like art, man, like that was the other thing. I was like, damn, this is a lot of extreme art. This is a lot of fucking extreme art. And I'm sure these things aren't easy to do or to transport out there. So I don't want to sit here and be like, yo, I want to go to Burning Man, but let this serve as your look inside of Burning Man. So this messy shit, right? My nigga messy. I don't really got to talk about all the different things that Messi has done for soccer in the last like 6 months, 3 months even. I don't really need to talk about all of that shit. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the installations are crazy. Um, and I feel like there's not many places in the world that you could probably go to take all of that in at once. You know what I mean? But yeah, like So Messi did a whole lot. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a one of these MLS soccer stars. Matter of fact, he wasn't even MLS. It was a U.S. men's national team. One of the popular boys on the U.S. men's national team. I can't tell you his name. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. So one of the popular boys on the U.S. men's national team basically was like, he took a picture of when that girl. Oh shit, I don't know her name. Uh, Tyga. When Tyga and that chick was sitting behind him. I don't know. It's the whatever girl was in the movies and shit with on Disney and stuff. Uh, she was at the game and she was reacting to all the shit, and Tiger was right next to her, and obviously the the queen, not the queen, the prince and his wife was there, and like it was just crazy. It was crazy ass celebrity list. Like I remember I tweeted it out last week. It was a crazy ass celebrity list in order to come see Messi at this game. So the nigga on the U.S. men's national team tweeted it out and was like, "Yeah, let them know that they invited to our games too." And everybody was like, "Yeah, you know, he's feeling the type of way or whatever." But I was like, I was mad. I'm like, bro, what's up? What's up with the fucking shade? You know how many niggas is now soccer fans because of this nigga, and you mad? Like, how you mad? So like, I see the deeper issue there, bro. How could you hate on somebody who's like bringing attention to something that you do, to something like that you do? Like they're literally raising the property value of where you live, your neighborhood. How could you hate on that, bro? Like, sure, you weren't the one to do it. You wasn't the one to trailblaze or whatever, but you're benefiting from it directly. Like that's crazy as shit. It's kind of the same way with AI. I notice a lot of the artists look at the AI the same way. It's like, damn, I think I'm going like they look at it like it's gonna be competition or it's gonna eat their food. But it's like, nah, man. It's actually the opposite, man. That shit gonna put food on your table if you really like stop being scared. So yeah, I thought that shit was crazy. He got your block jumping. You know what I'm saying? That shit real crazy to me. But it is wild though, cause I seen LeBron is over in Saudi Arabia, so that's gonna be a whole thing. Imagine that. And then it was funny because the article said LeBron enjoying a basketball game in Saudi Arabia. He was the only basketball player in the fucking picture. There was nobody else playing basketball. That nigga was negotiating. That nigga was dead ass negotiating. So I'm calling it right now. LeBron going to Saudi Arabia. I don't know if it's going to be at the end of this next contract, but it's going to be soon. It's going to be within the next 3 years. LeBron going to Saudi Arabia, yo. And I ain't mad at him. I don't judge him. I don't judge him at all. Phillies lose 0-8 yesterday. Lorenzen wasn't looking so hot. Bryce, he's back on first base. I don't want to report this, but everybody else is talking about it. He cut his beard, so now he got a clean face. Bryce Harper got the clean face and shit. So if y'all niggas care, y'all can go check that out. It ain't a big deal. I've seen him do all types of shit with his hair and his beard and shit. I feel like as a nigga with a beard, that's just your right. You know what I mean? When the nigga got a beard, you could just go straight stash, or you could just go straight chin strap, no stash, or you could just go straight chops, or you could just go goatee, or you could just go full on fucking lumberjack, or you could just go clean face, the perv. You know what I mean? You got options, and it's cool. I think I think that's what everybody with a beard should do. Like, don't just be scared in your beard, using your beard to hide behind. Like, let that shit accentuate your face. It's a frame. Be the picture, my nigga. Be the picture. Oh, dog, I wasn't planning on saying none of that shit. Uh, but yeah, the Phillies, they lost. It ain't a big deal though. Long season, like I always like to say. Niggas is texting. Nigga, stop texting and fucking. Nigga, don't. Nigga, text the chat. Nigga, y'all niggas is both in the chat. What y'all texting each other for? Nah, I'm just playing. Um, Eagles. I can't wait till this football shit pop off, bro. You know what the latest report from Eagles camp is? First off, they simulated the fourth preseason game because they only got three preseason games. So they actually simulated a fourth preseason game. I forget which team they called up, but they called up a team and was like, "Yo, nigga, let's play a game." So they played a game. That's some hardcore shit. I fuck with that. I like the idea of it. And then the other thing that they did, which is being reported, is they got 9 team captains. 9 team captains, bro. That shit's funny as hell. One of the Jones I read actually named them, but I can't name them all. I can't name them all, but I'm gonna just go on a limb and say the whole O line. Um, Jalen Hurts, uh, Slay. Slay was made a captain last year, and he took that shit very seriously. And when talking about it like near the end of the season, he actually almost cried when he was talking about like the influence that he had on the young guys and the way that they made him feel, and how they made him feel young again. And that means a lot because he's an older dude. He's very accomplished. He's had a great career, but right now, I mean, the only thing keeping juice in those legs is probably that youth around him. You know what I mean? Uh, Also, like, see, this is funny, right? 9 team captains out of 22 starters. Jake Elliott is a captain. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. Ayo Azor, I wanted to ask you, like, physically, what's the difference between Jake Elliott and Lionel Messi? Like physically, probably none. I don't know. I don't know what would make one more superior than the other. Oh, y'all sharing pictures? I can't wait to get off air and look at the pictures. Damn, little babies and shit. Um, but if it's eight, if it's 9 niggas in the room who are all considered the leader, what does that make? I remember a long time ago I listened to a story from one basketball player, and I think he was it's fucked up. I can't remember if he was talking about Gary Payton. I want to say Gary Payton, but it also could have been Avery Bradley. But he was like, I remember he used to always say, everybody want to be everybody want to be a leader. Nobody want to follow no orders. We got way too many chiefs and not enough Indians, right? But I fucked it all up. It was supposed to be the opposite. So, like, the opposite was it was supposed to be we got way too many Indians and not enough chiefs. That's what the statement used to be. But apparently Avery Bradley used to fuck it up and say way too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. But that's what we got in the Eagles locker room. We got Chiefs. We got Chiefs galore. We got a couple Indians, but we got Chiefs galore. And it's crazy. I mean, yeah, Messi is in better shape. But like there's nothing like basically it comes down to this. Both of them niggas use their legs to make bread. Messi runs a lot more, so he has to be in better shape. But if Jake Elliott was forced to run a lot more, I wonder. I wonder. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking about earning potential on your leg, right? Just earning potential on your leg. Jake Elliott scored more points in his career, probably. I'm just saying. um, but yeah, like Dion came at it a whole different way. He did the leaders and dogs, John, right? He ain't say okay, we got champ or sorry, we got captains, team captain. You a 3-star captain, you a 4-star captain. Cause it's weird. Cause what happens is like teams actually vote for these things. I don't know if y'all know, but mostly locker rooms vote for those captains. So it means a lot to a nigga when he becomes a captain. Um, but Dion did away with the whole thing. He was like, I'm gonna call these niggas leaders and dogs. And I think his logic behind it was you don't got to be a leader to be a dog, and you don't got to be a dog to be a leader, which is dope because those are two, and they're not mutually exclusive. So I don't know if I remember seeing any jerseys with the LD on it or the DL, but they probably got a couple on that team. But I do like that mentality though. It's kind of like all inclusive, but it's also still categorizing and cataloging motherfuckers, putting them in the right space. You know what I mean? Right head space, right mind state. Like, you a dog. You call yourself a dog. Says dog on your jersey. So get out there and motherfucking be a dog. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I like the idea of it. I ain't mad at it. I don't know what I meant, but it also says don't be satisfied down here. So, oh, there you go. I just read that this morning. So Shador, I don't know if y'all know, but Shador was actually coached by Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady and Shador. on a field, 1-on-1, throwing the ball, right? So after Shador beat TCU and broke records and shit, Tom Brady texted him and was like, "Don't be satisfied." That was it. He didn't say shit else. And Shador screenshotted it and put it online. I don't. That's now that right there. That's austere. That is austere. Don't be satisfied, nigga. You just broke a record. You just exceeded everybody's expectations. You just did seemingly the impossible. Don't be satisfied. I fucks with that. I wish Tom Brady was my coach. I need to go look up more Tom Brady quotes. I don't remember how many fly things he said, but that was fly. Shador, exactly. You got a long way to go. Not even during this season, but like during your career. Still in college, you know what I mean? Like look at Prime. Prime we could argue Prime is in his prime. So yeah, Shador still got a long ass way to go. And don't Dion got another son too? That was the other thing. I was confused because I'm pretty sure he got another son that's also on teams playing at a high level. I just got a text from my boy telling me he can't be here. It's all good, bro. Um, Sixers signed Danny Green again. Um, may he never suit up. That's pretty much how I'm gonna go ahead and attack that. Uh, when he left, he was cooked. He probably had about 2 or 3 kilometers left on them knees, and it's 2 years later. He played during the playoffs with the Cavs, and they was cheering, cheering, cheering every time he made a three, because you know it was his second time playing for that team too. So they was treating him like a hero, but he wasn't able to be on the floor for more than like 10 minutes per per game. So I'm expecting even less here. I'm expecting even less here. Uh, and it's crazy too, cause it don't even look like they did it to get off of nothing. You know, you would do something like that to get off of something. You would do something like that to replace a much needed role, which he ain't really doing. Um, you do something like that because you need a locker room vet. Uh, I guess you could say he's the vet in the locker room. Um, what do you mean media move? Because I think that's a bad media move. Like I've been talking shit about how Daryl Morey ain't been doing nothing all summer but eating cheese doodles and going fishing and shit. And the first thing that this nigga responds with is signing a nigga that's about his age. I don't get it. I think that's a bad media move, Azor. It's confusing to me. The Sixers, I gotta say, man, I did a timeline of this offseason, like on one of these shows back in the past, maybe a week or two ago, and it was ugly. It was ugly. And it was ugly before Danny Green signing, and it was ugly before the Ben Simmons rumors, and it was ugly before James called Daryl a liar. So it was actually reported by Ramona Shelbourne. Let's see if I can find it here. So basically, James Harden didn't make the All Star team, and that was what pissed him off. Okay, I got you. I got you. So you saying that Danny Green is basically somebody who's gonna get us media favor, which I'm cool with that, cause that's what James got us on some real shit. The only reason niggas started talking about us last year was cause of James. Um, so all right, I'm not mad at that. He's not there to win. He's just there to manage the press. I feel that. Okay, and it's gonna need it, cause Daryl on the hot seat, man. And Embiid on the hot seat. He put himself on the hot seat. Toby been on the hot seat for 3, 4 years. Maxie didn't get extended, so he might be putting himself on the hot seat too. Also, he might notice the dysfunctionality of this organization and just purely turn down an extension to go somewhere where one of his homies play that he don't hear so much trouble and issues about. I could see a lot of reasons why Maxie might want to leave. He might have attached himself to one of them other people that ends up leaving. Like he might be like, well, shit, Joe was really the only thing that made me stay, or Doc, Coach Doc was the only thing that made me really want to be. You know, I could see a lot of reasons why a nigga might want to leave after all of this shit. So, yeah, they gonna need a little bit of media management. But yeah. Anyway, so Ramona reported that James was pissed off that he wasn't an All Star, which we all know that would piss me off too, and it did piss me off at the time. And then he was called out by Doc in front of everybody for partying at like a practice or some shit. And he was mad about that, and then that made for tension for the whole rest of the season. And then after that friction, the Sixers completely still planned on re-signing him, but he ended up opting in and asking for the trade. So that's the timeline that she offered. But the only thing that I don't understand about that timeline is, so where does Daryl become a liar and all of that? You know, so that doesn't explain that exactly. But oh well, I'm just here to tell y'all niggas. I don't know. Um, so Oprah and The Rock, right? This is the only like news shit that I'm actually speak on since my nigga is you Charles Gary or you which Gary is you Josh? All right. So yeah, my nigga Josh Gary, if he'd have stuck around, I'd have went over these VVAC policies. But I'm actually excited to play a game today. Um, but the last thing I'm gonna actually talk about with some substance to it is what's up with this Oprah and The Rock shit. So basically, from what I understand is they took $5 million and they set up a fund for Hawaii, right? Now, most people don't know or understand what a fund is, but a fund is basically like a company, right? That allows for a line of like finance to be created and creates an infrastructure for charitable resources to be donated, right? I guess. I don't know. So they set up a fund to do that shit. They literally put $5 million together to set up a company for charitable actions, right? But a lot of people was pissed off because they thought that they just gave the $5 million to Hawaiians, which they didn't do. They took $5 million and created a company with the hope of giving money to the Hawaiians. What's the difference? I mean, I understand fundamentally what's the difference, but what's the fucking difference? Like, if you need one step in order for the other step to get done, then them niggas pretty much just put a bunch of money into getting that out of the way. That was like, it's kind of like there's red tape in order to get these people money, and they cleaned up all the red tape. Or it's kind of like these people needed a pipeline to receive these resources, and they built the pipeline. I think people feel like they should have gave more. I mean, Oprah's a billionaire, but see, that's always going to be that way. It's always going to be people who feel like, oh, you should have given this percentage of your wealth. Like niggas is counting your money. Like, okay, so you got $1 billion, so you only really gave like five whatever of your 5.5% of your total net worth, which won't even affect you. You'll make it back. All of that shit. So what, nigga? You get 5 million. Like, okay. How many dollars do you give to the nigga you walk past on the street? What's the percentage of your total net worth that you give every fucking time you see somebody in need? So I don't know. I don't think you should be pocket watching. I don't not only pocket watching, but like charity watching. Like if a nigga decide to do a nice thing, how could you gauge that and say that's not nice enough? Like Oprah and The Rock are delusional. The average American up here living paycheck to paycheck and a billionaire and multimillionaire up here asking for donations. Hmm. Maybe because they realize the power of a group. Maybe because they realize that I could give my $5 million, or I could speak to 5 million people who actually know me and follow me and have them give $1 each. And maybe I could give them half a milli after that or something. Like I don't know. They already gave they 5 mil. It's I understand. I hate excessive wealth too. I understand, and I hate excessive wealth, but I also think it's really unreasonable to go up to rich people and be like, "You're doing the wrong shit with your money." because ultimately they got rich, man. So you kind of not in a position to tell them nothing about money, unless you went out and got rich too. Then go ahead, have that conversation, have that discussion. But it's really, what's the point of bringing attention to Hawaii if you're not trying to help? That's true. That's a good ass question. People using Hawaii to attack rich people. Yeah, it's really actually kind of a polarizing issue when you put it like that. But I mean, I'm gonna say it again. How much? What percentage of your net worth do you give to the average homeless person that you walk past, or what percentage of your net worth do you give to every natural disaster that occurs across the country or across the world? Because there's a lot of them, and you could find yourself broke as hell if you decide to base your shit on percentages. Yeah. So that's the other thing too. Like when you suffering, nigga, you just need help. Like, of course they suffering. They gonna. I mean, of course they talking shit. They gonna talk shit because they hurting. Um. Yeah. That's just like it's always gonna be some suffering involved. But I will say this though. The easiest thing that I could like comment on it all is anybody that's attacking. If half the people that are attacking rich people about Hawaii gave money to Hawaii, then we wouldn't have no issue at all. Cause like I looked at like I see this shit on a platform like Twitter where there's like 7,000 people roasting these niggas. Dog, if 7,000 people decided to give $5, $10 instead of roasting these niggas, like if they took that time that it took to write that tweet and put that shit into $5, I think that that would go a whole lot further. I mean, honestly, I think that the world would be a better place. Shit, they might motivate somebody else to do better. Exactly. They don't care about Hawaii. Like most of us is out here just trying to get our impressions up, b. That's what it is. Especially since Twitter started paying niggas, people just saying shit just for responses. People are saying shit just for responses. And also like it's easy. It's always gonna be easy in this world to criticize other people instead of looking inward. Like on some dead serious shit. I don't know nothing about this Hawaii situation. I haven't researched it. I haven't looked it up, right? And that may make me sound super indifferent and callous to it, but no, I'm not. What it is I could look at this Hawaii situation and go, damn, how? What did I do to cause this shit? How am I directly responsible for this shit? And that's really how I think about it. And that's how we should all think about it. Like on some dead serious shit. I never been to Hawaii. I got a couple people that are in my life that have been born in Hawaii. But realistically, what have I done to help those people? What did I do to cause that storm? What did I do to make any of that shit? Because I'm sure that there was some shortcoming in my life that I could have did better. You know what I'm saying? Rather than blame somebody else. Because on some real shit, I can't control nobody else. Matter of fact, I got a good quote. That'll take me to the quote of the day. I'm going to get to this gamings. The quote of the day, right? This is Marcus Aurelius. And keep in mind, I don't know if you was here yesterday, but yesterday's quote was an Oscar Wilde quote. And he was saying that nowadays people know the price of everything and the value of nothing, which fits here too. But it was funny about the Oscar Wilde quote because he said that shit like 200 years ago, right? Nowadays. But anyway, this is a Marcus Aurelius quote. And it's two quotes that I actually put together. They are not, it's not stated like this. This is two different quotes. And after I say it, I'll tell you where they split up. Um, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Let me repeat that. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. Right? Now, that second part was kind of cumbersome, so I'm going to say it again. You have power over your mind, not outside events. So realize this, and you will find strength. It's funny that he used the word strength because strength, that's the irony of it, you know? Look at your powerlessness, nigga. Find strength in that, right? That shit's fly. But also, the idea is you control your mind, but you can't control shit else. So, like, niggas is out here getting mad as hell at motherfuckers, but, like, instead, why don't you just use your resources and the things that you can control to fix the situation? Because that's what you can control. What you can't control is what Oprah and The Rock is out here trying to get done, or how they go about doing it, you know? So don't even let that shit upset you. Now, it's funny, I got two politically minded niggas in here, and we still on seven. So, should I look up these VVEC policies and shit? Yeah, I'm up. Streaming. Should I look up these VVEC policies, yo? Would y'all be interested in going through that with me? I feel like it could possibly be my civic duty to do that. To look up his policies at least. Cause my nigga told me he basically first off, I just found out he was running for president. I thought he was like a mayoral candidate somewhere. But my nigga just told me that he pretty much agrees with mainly everything the boys say. And it's been a long time since I seen a politician that I even had like a little bit that I agree with. Was that anything significant? All that noise. Brooks and Luca are ejected as Canada defeats Slovenia 100-89. I guess that was somewhat worth it. There's going to be a clip that comes out later, I imagine. All right. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go over these VVEC policies and shit. Ah, Azora's with it. Azora's with it. Cool. All right. Let me go back. Go to my browser. I'm gonna click on the first fucking shit I see, bro. So it might even be doubtful whether this is even believable, but we'll see. Be back. Y'all really think they gonna let an Indian man be president, bro? With a not American name? You think that's gonna happen? Or you think Obama opened the door for all types of shit? Grab bag of foreign policy. Ramaswamy. It's a good name. Strong name. Policy fan. Alright, this is all foreign policy. Does he have anything domestic? Who is Ramaswamy? You think NPR is gonna have the definitive fucking article on this guy? Huh. Funny you say that. It happened once, so it either can't or will happen again. Okay. Cool. Alright. He only 38. That's crazy. That's kind of jarring. Alright. I wish this shit would tell me what I'm about to read. Vivek Ramaswamy, a political newcomer, former pharmaceutical executive. Oh man, that's already a fucking red flag, yo. Let's keep going though. Describes himself as a nationalist who believes that America needs to rebuild its sense of civic pride. How y'all feel about that? Civic pride. I fuck with civic duties. I don't know about civic pride though. Like I feel like in my neighborhood, when niggas got American flags in their yard, you don't fuck with them. Dead ass. Like that American flag that they hold in their yard, that don't mean like inclusivity, togetherness. No, that shit means like that's exclusivity. That is stay the fuck away, you coloreds. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I don't see civic pride as a good thing. I mean, I see it as it could be a possibly good thing, but I see it. I think that's just a little bit too extreme. Civic pride. Why am I wild? You wild? It's like, no. What up, Tom? Good to see you, bro. What I say wild though? You don't see the flag that way. I do. In my neighborhood, it's mad Portuguese and Asians and shit. And the niggas who got American flags, they drive pickup trucks and they're not very friendly to coloreds. They don't let their kids play with the colored kids on the street and a whole bunch of shit like that. I'm not using that to judge American flags or people who hang American flags, but I'm just saying in my neighborhood, that's what I be seeing. Okay. I'm with that. I feel that same way. Pride is not necessarily a good thing in any case, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Respect for humanity. I'm all more so about respect for humanity than I am about civic pride. Now, I I have respect for civic duties, but that's because I have respect for community and civilization, right? But I would rather have respect for humanity than be respecting a nigga just because he American or just because he was born here, right? Because that's another thing. When a nigga hang an American flag, who what do they mean? Who are they talking about? Because I remember I read a Tupac quote that was like, "Nigga, I'm an American. You an American. That nigga down the street that just got here, he's an American. America stands for that. America stands for that diversity. America stands for immigrants, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if a nigga born in Africa and moved to America, he's an American. But when a nigga hangs an American flag, they don't see it that way. They often see it as your your ancestors had to come from either like Italy or Ireland like 200 years ago. That's the only immigration that they believe in. America being torn from within. There's a whole new generation that now sees the American flag as a symbol of racism. I just described that to a fair extent. I don't necessarily see it that way, but I have. I mean, I rock an American flag. I will rock an American flag. But I also know that people who rock American flags are taken a certain way and that they put out a certain kind of energy. Do any of y'all have American flags hanging around y'all house or in y'all yard or anything like that? Do any of y'all have flags around y'all? Cause I'm gonna assume that's a no. Red flags, loose wires. What do you mean you don't know I rent an apartment? Nigga, what the fuck that got to do with flags? They don't allow flags in your apartment? Because if so, then that just kind of goes toward the point I was making before. They know. Well, you was making the same point. You was on that side of the argument too. I don't think that it's like. I don't think that flags are like a declaration of war. But I just think that the people who fuck with flags often come in very specific flavors. That's all. Oh, you're not allowed to have flags, which is crazy because I didn't take. Are you in Athens? Or are you in Atlanta proper? Because I didn't think that that place down there was very politically like aware. That's not the right phrase. But yeah, I didn't think that them niggas would be so sensitive to things like that down there. Cause I didn't think it was that diverse down there. I figured y'all only had like I didn't think that y'all had too many types of people down there. It is. It's very loaded, man. That's what it's a symbol of like pride. Flags are a symbol of pride, generally speaking. Right? Am I wrong? Cause I don't really fuck with pride. No offense to the gays. I'm talking about it. You get it. Hopefully. Well, I mean, I think yeah, people don't see that shit as a positive symbol no more. Hell no. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. I mean, actually, no. Let's not say people, because that's too general, bro. Let's say many of us, many black people, many of the people in our generation. I don't know. Let's be more specific though, because there's very many people who still fuck with that shit. You know what I mean? There's a lot of military families out there. There's a lot of middle America folks out there. You know, hardworking blue collar motherfuckers who lived in their same neighborhood their whole life and have been rocking that same shit for a long time. There's a lot of third and fourth generation truck drivers and fuck. I'm sorry. I'm like low key throwing jabs and shit. What ideas though? Like, sorry, I'm responding to you, King of Kings. You wonder how these ideas get out. I hear what you're saying about the internet experience because a lot of people do be going ham over shit that they seen online but never actually experienced in the real world. It was funny because there was the boy uh Azori. You might be able to remind me of the boy name. You said he was an edge lord, but he was interviewing black girls, white boy. He was interviewing black girls, and he was like, "Have you ever experienced racism?" And they'd be like, "Yeah," and he'd be like, "Have you personally ever experienced a white person calling you a racist word to your face personally in your life?" And they was like, "No," which I mean, the point was made, but at the same time, systemic racism still exists, and you don't have to see that in front of your face. So that point was skipped ahead of. But okay, like the flag and this and that, it's all good. But is it we feel that way? The society told us, or see it that way? I'm thinking. That's a good question. In my experience, well, what I was just explaining was how it is around here. If I move to a different neighborhood, then that's gonna erase what I seen around here to an extent. Well, it's not gonna erase what I seen, but it's gonna like I'm gonna reset the whole board, and I'm gonna judge these people with different lenses than I judge those people because we in a whole different place. So I don't know. I think I'm speaking from personal experience. But I will say this though, the internet helps though, because it's a lot of American flag rocking niggas on the internet too, or like when I was doing research and gun studies on like when I was trying to figure out shit about my gun, a lot of those dudes was, you know, you know, gun right dudes. You know what type of dudes I'm talking about. And they was all rocking flags, man. So there's culture, There's society, there's social norms and shit. And in all of that shit, this right and this left shit, you know what I mean? You got your Christians, you got your atheists, like your hardcore atheists. Then you got your gays with the pride and all of that. And nobody wants to be stereotyped. But everybody is allowing themselves to be categorized and cataloged because of the fucking internet. Like, niggas get online and they say, I want to be known as this. I'm going to put this in my profile. I'm going to rock this kind of hat and I'm going to have a flag on my shirt. And niggas is okay with that. That's what they choose for themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and take them at their word and judge them by that. Because that's the imagery that they choose to represent themselves. And if I associate it with America, that's because they wanted me to. That's not something I made up. So yeah, I mean, it's the internet a little bit. It is to a fair extent. I'm gonna say that for myself. Niggas in the chat, y'all can say what y'all got. Y'all niggas answers ain't gonna be my answer. But yeah, I got a fair amount of it from the internet, I guess, because the internet is a reflection of the real world. Not to a full extent, but it is a reflection of the real world. So yeah, there is a little bit of internet in there, but there's reality in there too, man. Shit, I definitely got pulled over in a parked car and searched, pulled out and searched. You know what I mean? I definitely got fucking ran up on while walking down the street and searched with the dogs and the spotlights. You know what I'm saying? Niggas I know, I ain't gonna name no names, but niggas I know definitely got guns put on them. You know what I mean? And shit like that. Niggas I know have definitely been called N words and all types of animals and dogs and shit. I've been called N words and all types of animals and niggas and dogs and shit. So I'm not going. I know that the internet likes to take anything and just blow it out of proportion, but I also know that there's a reality out here that's ugly as fuck. I think what the internet does is it just amplifies it and it just makes it feel like it's all up in our face when it ain't really all up in our face. It don't have to be. We could put distance between us and the bullshit, definitely. But the internet puts it on our pillow. It puts it on our front step. I mean, it's hard to even describe what influences any of us, right? So I don't think I disagree with that. I don't think I disagree with that. Um, but how real was COVID? Shit, how real was it for you? How real was it for you? I don't know. That's a very wide question. Only as real as the internet says. All right. So I hear you, right? It's only as real as the internet says until you talk to somebody that you trust, love, and respect, and they tell you that their father just died from that shit, and that they watched their father struggle with it, and they watched their father show all of the signs, and that they was there, and they personally firsthand believed their experience, right? It's only on the internet until that shit happens in your life, and then you see it and go, hmm, maybe I'm not sure. Maybe I don't have your experience, so it's hard for me to speak on that. Was that a shrug? That's a shrug emoji. But yeah, I'm of the same belief as you, but I'm still somewhat sensitive to the people who are not because everybody has whatever they experience to speak on, whatever their experience, and they research and all of that. And some people's experience is hardcore as fuck, and so I'm hands off when it comes to their experiences. I have to be. I have no choice. But I will say, I think the internet influenced more than we know or want to admit. I will say no. I won't say want to admit. I won't say want to admit because I'm an internet person. I'm definitely a fucking full on internet person. I've been living my life on the web since I was fucking 13, straight up. So I will say I know. I will admit that I don't know how much this shit influences me, but I also don't have a problem admitting how much this shit influences me. Damn, yo, we ain't even get to the policies yet. See, that's why I don't be talking about politics, niggas. That's why I don't be talking about politics. I said like two or three things, and then I don't even. I said like, what did I say? Civic pride or some shit, and then we got into the flag, all of that shit. Anyway, I will unapologetically embrace and advance the ideals that this nation was founded on. This is what Ramaswamy said. Ironic statement. Um, This is distinct from an opposite movement in this country, which increasingly wishes to apologize for a nation founded on those ideals. To apologize or moderate free speech or meritocracy or rule of law evenly applied, or the idea that citizens can be trusted. I'm fucking all of this up. Let me try this again. That is distinct from an opposite movement in this country, which increasingly wishes to apologize for a nation founded on those ideals. To apologize or moderate free speech or meritocracy or the rule of law evenly applied, or the idea that citizens can be trusted, or sort out their differences on questions like climate change or racial equity. All right, I fuck with that statement. So he basically saying, we need to talk shit out. Saying we need to talk shit out instead of just sitting here trying to cover it up and apologize for shit. Let's go ahead and progress and let's address it and move on so we can move on. Which I think that's what I got from it. Okay, I see you. I see you, Gary. Um, Maybe you would classify me as a nationalist, he said. Nah, nigga, you just chose to do that for yourself. I think it's a label I'm willing to wear. I don't think that that has to be a bad word, as long as it's a nationalism built around the ideals that set a nation in motion, that can actually unite us as a country. Here are some key takeaways from the conversation, which has been edited for length and clarity. Man, I just wanted a list of his policies. I don't want to fucking read a essay. I like this. And I'm not running to be somebody's pastor. I'm running to be the president. But I'm running to be the president who recognizes that we are one nation under God, that recognizes the Judeo-Christian values on which this country was founded. Values that I also deeply share. See, you see what I did there, right? I went and found something that fucking spoke to me. Uh, Ramaswamy acknowledges that racist policies have existed at times in American history, and he's open to discussing. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty much what I described earlier. What role the government should play in addressing enduring social and racial inequality. Okay, so he's basically all right. So he making it look like it's a white world, and he trying to make it colored again. He rejects the notion that diversity is our strength and believes that society has become too focused on race and sexual identity. Hmm. I agree with that on its face. I don't know what it could possibly like. I don't know what agenda that shit could be supporting, but I'm not mad at that. This is a list of policies. I just wasn't reading that shit right. Born and raised in Ohio. Oh, that's cool. He had to make niggas know he was American. Born and raised in Ohio, the parents who, because you know, with presidents, we be real concerned about whether they actually from America. I don't know why. Born and raised in Ohio, the parents who emigrated from India, Ramaswamy says seeking the presidency is about reviving a sense of national identity. Hmm. I thought our national identity was military and shit and football. I'm not kidding. Military and football. That's what it's been my whole life, at least for boys. For girls, it's been, pink and a bunch of other shit. Um, he says, as a practicing Hindu, he shares a set of Judeo Christian values with evangelical voters. I don't know. That kind of threw me for a loop there. I ain't gonna lie. What the fuck did that mean? I'm dead ass serious. What the fuck do that mean? Like, that's crazy. Polytheism? Monotheism. I don't see the relationship. All right, cool. I'm gonna move on. He acknowledges that President Biden was lawfully elected, but he is upset about information censored by social media companies ahead of the election. Okay, so he's not a Sleepy Joe supporter, but he's not a detractor. What you laughing at, dog? What's this? No federal abortion restrictions. The self described pro life candidate says it is an issue for the states. Hmm. Hmm. How y'all feel about that? Usually, it's funny because usually people put that shit at the forefront of their campaign, but it seems like he like intentionally was like, ah, y'all deal with that on y'all own. Which I mean, I'm not mad at it or nothing. I don't know. I don't really know how to judge it. It just seems like he doesn't really want to deal with it, in my opinion. But he is willing to say he's pro life, which, at least he's willing to put something behind something. He ain't just up here like, whatever you want. I'll be that. I'll be that. Um, all right, for years, I wasn't, nah, I ain't reading that shit. Ramaswamy is pushing to amend the Constitution to increase the voting age to 25. Damn! Bro. Ain't that shit 16 right now or 18? It's a teen, ain't it? That's big to me. That's fucking big, bro. How that make y'all feel? Come on, tell me. Please tell me. How that make y'all feel? Y'all agree with that? Cause that's extreme to me. That's not extreme. That's radical. Excuse me. Hey yo, shout out to y'all niggas, man. I've been going 70 minutes. I only smoked once, and I'm actually enjoying the fuck out of this. All right, connection went. Okay, Azor. I was reacting to this one right here. He wants to change the legal voting age to 25. King of Kings agrees with it. What's up, Josh Gary? You agree with it? Josh Gary, Vivek for 2024. You agree with that shit? You think him and Kanye running together? Nigga can't run a car till 25. You right. Nigga can't run a car till 25. And nigga can't run a car without a credit card. You gotta have certain shit established before they put you in responsibility of that damn car. Josh is with it. King of Kings is with it. Azor said, why you changing rules? Okay, Azor not with it. Damn. That's it's crazy, bro. I don't know. I thought you would have been with it. It's Vivek. Is it Vivek? Okay. My bad. I'm an American. Tell that nigga to get a more American name if he want me to pronounce it right. No, that was a joke. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. His name's Vivek. I will say Vivek. I'm just playing, bro. I'm surprised the niggas from Ohio. So, yo, Azor. So you don't like the idea of changing rules? See, I think it's a strong move, right? I agree with it, but I also think it's a strong move. Like I think it's a power move to be like running on a platform, letting niggas know. Oh yeah. Also, I'm trying to change some shit. I'm trying to take somebody rights away. Dead ass. He trying to take niggas' rights away. He trying to disenfranchise youths. 18 is considered adulthood. Niggas pay taxes. Look at his politics on illegal immigrants. Josh Gary wants me to move on. Azor, Azor, you got a point though. If a nigga pay taxes, did that give him the right to vote? Because you know, Pearl said that women shouldn't have a right to vote based on the fact that they don't contribute as much. They can't go to war. They don't contribute as much to the nation's income or whatever. And I forgot what the third other one was. You can't get a hotel at 18. Paying taxes and not voting. That is a good point. I gotta say, that's a good point, Azor. If a nigga pay tax, you ain't gonna take my tax money and then tell me I don't got no choices. I'm gonna have to leave. At least ideally, right? In real life, I'm gonna just have to deal with it. I realize you can't drink at 18, but you can smoke. You can smoke. Welcome to the Wake and Bake Show, y'all. What do you mean? Tobacco's controlled, right? Tobacco's controlled. No. All right. I'm gonna move on to the next policy. Actually, I'm rolling up right now, so if y'all want to keep just going, I don't even mind that. Okay. I don't know what this means, so I'm actually have to read a little bit. Will he support another Republican nominee? Time will tell. I have to think about it. I respect the nigga who's willing to say, I don't know, I gotta think about that. I want to see the conditions of who's under what commitment, you know? The conditions for the debate stage. So I'm going to have to think about that. I fuck with that. He wants to expand the America First movement beyond Donald Trump. I wouldn't call myself a disciple of Donald Trump. No. Oh, he about to say it. I would embrace the label of America First to point out that America First is bigger than Donald Trump. So he's a Trump supporter. It does not belong to Donald Trump. It doesn't belong to me. Ronald Reagan used the phrase, so it belongs to Ronald Reagan. Others have used it throughout American history too. Okay. So I'm kind of weird about that. I don't know. That made me feel some type of way. It's about reviving the ideals that the country was founded on and to actually advance those in the forms of policy. And so I think I am taking that far further than Trump did. But I also expect and hope to unite the country in the process if we're doing it based on principled footing rather than vengeance and grievance. Okay. Principled footing is hard though, because niggas don't share the same principles, B. We are divided as a country when it comes to values and ethics. And I just truly do believe that we don't have to be a nation in inevitable national decline. And we don't have to be Rome. We don't have to be Carthage. Oh, that sounds cute. Look at this one. Vivek Ramaswamy's polite style masks his MAGA, whatever. I'm looking for the foreign policies, my guy. There we go. Foreignpolicy.com. Huh, who'd have thunk it? So yo, boy, he sounds I gotta say, if he didn't take the hard stance on voting till 25, I would say that he sounds like a panderer, right? Like I would say that he sounds like he's not trying to piss anybody off, and he's willing to support a lot of different things. He sounds like he's not taking too many hard stances on very much at all so far, except for the voting at 25 thing. And because of that, I'm like, okay, that's strong. I respect that. But everything else, he sounds kind of weak to me, in my opinion. Am I crazy? Sorry, I'm twisting. Y'all niggas finna have me talking about politics out this bitch. All right, scrolling. I'm I'm like perusing with my eyes. I'm a lazy reader. I'm sorry. I gotta admit that. Okay, I guess I'm gonna read. End American dependence on Taiwan semiconductor factories. Declare economic independence from China. Give India an AUKUS-like submarine deal. And stage a dramatic visit to Moscow to broker a deal to end Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. These aren't just my ideas, insists insurgent Republican. Insurgent Republican. That's word. Presidential contender Vivek Ramaswamy. They're drawn from the legacy of Richard Nixon. The U.S. President Ramaswamy says he admires most. That's a red flag, niggas. That's not a red flag to y'all? I'm trying to understand what you just said, King of Kings. It says, yep, that's you through shouldn't vote. They don't know. I agree with Josh. Well, pretty far. Watch Vivek debates. He don't pander to his hairline. What make you think he gonna pander to everyone else? Shut up, nigga. You funny. Um, where am I at? I mean, he ain't pandering by saying Richard Nixon is his favorite president and by running around quoting Reagan all day. To me, that's super conservative actions. Now, not super conservative actions, super conservative flags. Cause like Nixon and Reagan are, they've only ever been known as conservative presidents. Shit, Nixon is known as a liar. Reagan is known as a fucking bumbling idiot. So it's kind of crazy to me. Oh, whatever. Maybe that's just what they want you to think. One thing most everyone agrees on is that Ramaswamy, who burst into the spotlight this summer, is looking to bust foreign policy norms. His most ambitious proposal, bringing the Kremlin into the fold. You trying to work with Russia? I like that. With the United States as a strategic check on China. So he's trying to work with Russia to go against China? Like Nixon, who based his diplomatic strategy on grand spectacles such as his 1972 Cold War era overture to China, Ramaswamy wants to split the axis between Beijing and Moscow. Only this time in the other direction, turning Russian President Vladimir Putin against China to broker a peace deal to end Russia's full scale invasion of Ukraine. Huh, sounds nice. Yo, every time, Cyrene, every time you come on here, your shit be in black. So I don't know what the fuck you be saying. Like I know what you be saying, but your name be in black, so I can't read your name. And he believes that the nuclear family, how important this is to have fathers in the home, be that kind of solid, bro. Y'all niggas voting this year? I got a question. Y'all niggas voting this year? Azor, you're voting this year? King of Kings, you voting this year? They say we got 8 people in here. All you other 8 people that's not talking in the chat, y'all voting this year? King of Kings said an emphatic nah. And Josh, Azor asked you, who's against the nuclear family? Dog? Josh will probably say gays and people who support all that shit. Josh is voting. Okay, okay. Well, you know what? I respect the fact that you voting. I respect the fact that you support this man and you actually you out here sharing his gospel to you so far. Could be gospel. Azor Saga asserts that nobody is against the nuclear family. Do you see these posts about the celebrities who adopt little black boys and then allow them to be little black girls and then get them surgically turned into little black girls? I don't know. They could possibly be against the nuclear family. Those people. I'm just saying. I don't know though. I think Charlize Theron was one of the people who've done this. Hey man. So you trying to so Azor, you trying to tell us that there's some fucking phantom like detractors to the nuclear family out there? You're trying to say that is nobody is attacking a father, a mother, marriage, and children based on God? Okay. Yeah. Child support. Child support incentivizes that. Damn. Women get paid. So Yo, Josh is going hard right now. All right, let me. This is for posterity. So Josh is saying basically that women get incentivized to leave men. They actually get paid to not be in a household, a traditional household. And then Azor says people want to live their own lives. And then welfare also incentivizes women not to be in families or like I know for a fact there's women in my family who won't get married because of the benefits that they're receiving right now. Like basically they started receiving these benefits because they was in distress, their relationship was in distress. But now that their relationship is no longer in distress, they keep saying that it's in distress so that they can continue to receive these benefits. And I think that that is probably a strain on a fucking healthy relationship. The family isn't nuclear if the father isn't there. The prison industrial complex is against the nuclear family. Yeah, yeah. King of Kings is agreeing with Josh right now. Oh, somebody said something. I got auto modded. What y'all said? Josh killing it with the facts. That's what Tone said. Sorry, King of Kings. Yo, King of Kings. They tried to hold your comment back because you said killing. All right, all right. Let me Yo, you type fast as shit, Josh. You must be on your laptop right now, nigga. You ain't on the phone. Azor, bro. So you talking? What you want? A list of people? You want you want names? You want personal names? I named Charlize Theron. I like that question, Tone. I like that. Damn. Come on, y'all got me out of character. Don't use my real name. I won't use y'all's. Nah, you said a lot. You said a lot. You said a lot. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say, Azor, it's gonna be hard to find somebody that's willing to admit that type of thing. It's gonna be hard to find somebody that's gonna co-sign destruction in such a way. What they gonna do is they gonna disguise that shit under um Planned Parenthood type shit. You know what I mean? Instead of saying, "Yo, we killing babies," no, they gonna say, "Yo, we're giving young women treatment that they need." You know what I mean? They're not just gonna say the outright bad things that they're doing, or they're not even gonna stress the bad effects of the good things that they think they're doing. They gonna hide that shit from you because they need your funding. They need your support. That's what lobbyists are for. I know there are tons of programs to the contrary. I'm sure that there are tons of programs to the contrary. But that's why we reading up on these motherfuckers to see which one of those programs they supporting more often. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bill Gates' family owns Planned Parenthood. Just so y'all niggas know. If y'all niggas didn't know. So for me it's easy to have a bias when it comes to such things. Oh, look at that. Page timed out. Let me get back. Ain't we supposed to be talking about foreign policy right now? Y'all niggas talking about we talking about domestic policy. Oh, they did it to me, bro. Did they do that to me? Did they really just not let me read the rest of this article? Damn. Yo, they did it to me. Yo, no free information no more, niggas. For real. Can I get away with this? Oh, I think I might be able to. Yep. All right. I'm looking for where I left off at. I fucks with that. Nigga, nobody's telling you not to love your family. Bro, every time you come up with an example, I think of something. All right, nobody's telling you not to love your family. What about hip hop? What about Megan and Cardi's new single? Are they not telling you not to? I don't know. No, they're not explicitly telling you don't love your family, but they're explicitly giving you something else to love that is in competition with loving your family. What? No. Maybe me. Yeah, maybe me. Maybe I got caught on it, but I'm talking about the I'm not even talking about the gang shit. I'm not talking about the drug shit. I'm only talking about the sex right now and the misogyny. That's all I'm talking about right now. Well, we talking about the nuclear family, right? I don't You right. Well, Ian is basically saying that sorry, out of character. Ian is basically saying that a whole bunch of things can influence you in negative directions. And it's not necessarily the fault of the creator of those things if you are influenced in negative directions. It's you. And I'm not 100% opposed to that logic, but if I make art that get niggas off they square, I feel bad about it. That's just me. If I was to make a song that glorifies like gun violence, then I feel directly responsible for attacking fathers and putting men in compromising positions that take them away from their families. I do. I absolutely do. Now, do other rappers do? I don't know, but I do. Nah, I don't feel bad about the stream. I feel like I'm doing my civic duty. But if if this stream was just softcore porn the whole time and I was rubbing my nipples, I would probably come off of this John and feel like when I look at myself in the mirror, damn, did I do anything to help my brothers or did I do shit to help hurt my brothers? That's kind of how I reflect on my own personal actions. But we not, yeah, I, I do feel like I'm doing my civic duty to talk about this shit and to spread the word if there's some good word to be spread and to bring truth and also to connect motherfuckers, man. I am. Y'all niggas is all at work. Every single one of you niggas is on the clock right now. Nah, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm not mad at that, man. But you ain't gonna make me feel guilty about this shit. You ain't gonna make me feel guilty about my actions and shit. I still gotta I still gotta face myself later. You know what I'm saying? And creating distractions is not the same as making subversive fucking materials that make people that that specifically oppose ideas. I'm not I don't think I'm sitting here trying to specifically oppose any idea. I think I'm just introducing ideas. I think I'm probably stating maybe my opinions a little bit, but yeah, I'm not like specifically opposing ideas, but I'm saying that niggas in this world create things that specifically oppose ideas and attack ideas. And so I think that those people are responsible for the ideas that they attack and the things that they destroy in the process. And if I was to do it, I would be responsible for it too. Shit, I'm sure I've done something wrong. That's the media, that's politics, that's art. So that's what I'm saying, bro. When you tell me that nobody is against the nuclear family, I'm gonna tell you that the devil is, the devil is, And he got a lot of tools, and you're naming them right now. Absolutely. People trying to exploit me. Everybody. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, where we at? I don't want this fucking article to close up on me again. I'm still reading. I'm still reading. Like I don't got no boss. I'm bossless right now. All right, I made it past that. Okay, I found my spot. I found my spot. Yeah, but hopefully they're trying to influence my decisions for the best of me, for the best for the world, for the best of them, the greater good. Hopefully. And when they don't, I gotta oppose that. Yeah, nigga, I don't. I mean, everybody in here know that that's not the best, but I don't have a boss. Listen, only I can do that, but I can be influenced to not do that. Exactly. Principalities and powers and spirits and thrones and high places. All right, this is where I'm at. I'm reading. I'm still paying attention to y'all niggas though. Only you can prevent. All right, sorry. This idea and a broader foreign policy game plan were outlined in detail by the political novice. Damn, they called him a political novice. I guess he ain't got much experience, or is it just because of his age? Uh, and one-time biotech entrepreneur in American Conservative Magazine this week. His is a version of former U.S. President Donald Trump's wheeling and dealing isolationism, advocating a term away from moralizing liberal projects to affirmatively defending the U.S. homeland from Chinese expansionism. It's a lot of big words. In China, he saw the greatest butcher of the 20th century, Mao Zedong, Ramaswamy wrote on Monday of Nixon. Yet, rather than counting Mao's crimes or launching a moralistic push for his downfall, he understood that Mao was the driver of the Sino Soviet split. Taking a page from Nixon's Cold War wedge diplomacy, Ramaswamy wants to use Russia as a counterweight to China. They just saying a bunch of the same shit. I'll respect and revive Nixon's legacy by rejecting the bloodthirsty blather of the useful idiots who preach a no-win war in Ukraine that forces our two great power foes ever closer. Ramaswamy wrote, the longer the war in Ukraine goes on, it becomes ever clearer that there is only one winner, China. Ramaswamy also hinted that he will use the offshore threat of American power instead of direct military intervention, patting Nixon on the back for not putting U.S. boots on the ground during the armed conflict between India and Pakistan in 1971 and instead keeping U.S. ships nearby. See, he could have just had a good idea, but it's funny that he's deciding to give a whole bunch of credit to Nixon. But that's cool. Other than, yeah, that's cool. I don't disagree with none of this. He's not the only candidate espousing such an out of the box thinking. Anti establishment furbearers grip the top of the Republican field, especially when it comes to foreign policy. Ramaswamy is joined by Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in pushing back on further American aid to Ukraine. Ramaswamy is also offering. So, wait, he's against aiding Ukraine? Yeah, he's pushing back on it. So, he's against putting more resources in Ukraine. Ramaswamy is also offering a prospect of sanctions relief to the Kremlin. There may be popular backing for such a move, as U.S. President Joe Biden has floated a $24 billion humanitarian military aid package for Ukraine to Congress. A July poll showed that 55% of Americans and 71% of Republicans opposed further U.S. assistance to Kiev. Y'all niggas, damn, that's crazy. So it is, I don't even know how to frame it, but basically, it's a fight going on between a big motherfucker and a little motherfucker. And America has always wanted to be on the side of heroism. I don't know. So I don't particularly think that we had any business going over there to help Kiev in the first place. Y'all? I don't think so. But we did it. Whatever. So this nigga is basically saying, nah, fuck them. We should be worried about Russia. We should be making friends with Russia. We should be trying to get cool with Russia because we need them niggas for China. That is that is diplomacy 101, I guess. Make allegiances with strong motherfuckers, not weak motherfuckers. I don't know, man. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But just as Nixon's plan to leverage the China opening for I don't know what that fucking word is. I don't know what that word is. Um, Somebody please look that word up if you can. With the Soviet Union ran into congressional headwinds. Ramaswamy views conflict with the Republican establishment on Capitol Hill. Most Republicans in Congress still want Biden to send more weapons to the Ukraine, despite public support for the massive military aid effort having ebbed. And some think Ramaswamy's surge could also be an opening for some of the Republicans who jeered him in a debate stage by castigating him for being too weak on Ukraine. They could distinguish themselves from the leaders of the GOP field. What the fuck? All right, we get it anyway, man. We get it anyway. Um, I think so. It seems like with no incumbent, Ruff said the party descended into interness. I don't know what this word is either. I've never seen that word. Debates while missing the bigger picture. We have massively overspent over the years, and Americans are looking around and thinking, for what? What have these investments actually gotten us? Is it an investment to help a nigga? That's how y'all look at it? And now you're telling us that we have to invest in Ukraine as well? Yeah, but we're a part of the European Union. We don't make those decisions, do we? I'm pretty sure we all come to a table and agree, like, yo, this is what we're gonna do this week, guys. All right, so I think that pretty much like, is there anything else that nigga's said or is known for that's like significant or huge or big or controversial or anything like that? It seems like that pretty much his foreign policy is just support Russia, fuck China, and fuck Ukraine in the process because it's support Russia. 6 Jewish things to know about Vivek. Yeah. Okay. Nah, he isn't like vastly 100% different than what I've seen in the past. But he hasn't said much that has made me go, oh no, I can't fuck with that guy. Except, only thing I would criticize so far from what I've seen was he said because I'm a Hindu, I'm gonna be able to relate to the Judeo Christian values. That shit was stupid. That was a dumbass statement. And then the other thing was he had a soft stance on abortion where he said I'm gonna just leave it up to the state level. Which I mean, I guess that's a smart move. That's a smart move. But I kinda wish, the nigga would have been a little bit more firm on that shit. But even like I can't even get mad at him for that. Uh if you tell me that he supports the nuclear family, I support that. Although I haven't read that anywhere. He looked way younger with the hat on. I guess it is the hairline. That's crazy. I thought the nigga was about 25. I hate that our government is corrupt. America nosy ass stay trying to police the world and involvement in unnecessary affairs. Billions of foreign aid to this place. Meanwhile, niggas over here still got Flint water. Yo, so yeah, and I still got homeless niggas all around me. Uh yeah, I think everybody pretty much agrees with that. That's like at least in this room. I think everybody that I've spoken to pretty much agrees with what you just said. Ain't nobody trying to be flying into countries that we can't even pronounce properly to pick a side on a fight and then kill a whole bunch of people and establish and install our own puppet dictator and shit. Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody, you know. And the thing is, our government does that shit for resources. Our government does that shit for resources. Also, we sit at a table with a bunch of other countries, with this European Union, not the European Union, sorry, whatever the fucking John we's a part of. But with this union, I don't know what it is. I feel stupid right now. United Nations. There you go. Um, yeah, we sit down with other countries and we don't make our own decisions purely off of our volition. Like we actually come together with other countries and be like, yo, this what we gonna do in order that we can stay unified. And so yeah, it's a lot of shit that we don't necessarily support. I don't support having a standing military for the most part, but everybody else got one, so shit, what you gonna do, right? I remember I dated this girl that was like, I don't believe in guns, like ever. I was like, yeah, I don't believe in killing motherfuckers, but if cops is gonna have guns and criminals is gonna have guns, then I want the right to have one too. So yeah. With all of that said, though, I think I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and get out of here. I'm not gonna leave though. I'm actually just gonna play some motherfucking games. I'm gonna play Remnant. I appreciate y'all for showing up. Seemed like everybody is pretty engaged today. And who knows? Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about politics. I already gave y'all the quote, but I'm gonna do it again. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. You have power over your mind, not outside events. You realize this, and you will find even more strength. That was Marcus Aurelius. Oh, by the way, the ironic part of that is this nigga was the emperor of Rome when he said that. So he had more power than any of us, but he also still recognized his own powerlessness in that process. So y'all make sure y'all follow me on this motherfucker if you haven't. Subscribe to the YouTube. You can also check out these Jones played back on YouTube at a fancy clown. Also, listen to TRN podcasts. You can find that John everywhere. We 125 episodes in. We feel like we hit our stride. You could hit that on Spotify, Apple, pretty much anywhere. Follow Practice Needed. I be streaming with that guy. Shit. I think that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all showing up. Next time, talk about Uganda. Next time. You mean tomorrow? I'll see y'all tomorrow, 10 a.m., bright and early. What's going on in Uganda? What am I talking about? Peace, Azor. Appreciate y'all coming through. Oh, anti-LGBT laws. All right. We'll get into that. I'll write that down right now. Shit, I can't find my pencil. All right. Cool. Word. What a world, man. What a world. What a world. Oh, they going ham over there. They going ham. Shit. trying to see if anything pop up just from typing Uganda. Onlookers patiently await the rescue. Traffic. Excuse me. I'm trying to see if this is one of those issues that is like just busting out of the box, or if this is one of those issues that exists in a specific circle or place. Nah, niggas ain't talking about it all crazy. So that mean I need to talk about it. I'm with that shit. Anyway, again, if you ain't following, hit follow. Check out TRN Podcast on everything. And I'll see y'all back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Peace and bless.